Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekend, the show on Mal Lee. Hope everyone's keeping well. As you can see, we've got no one in the studio, but we will be having guests very shortly indeed. Not today, but over the next few days. We've got John May, done a walk, there's Land's End, John O'Groats. We're hoping to get our friend Speedo Mick. They were great mates, they were talking together, they were encouraging each other as they were doing the walks together, but not together, actually separately. So they've done a massive favour to the communities, aren't they? So what more could you ask for? Over £1 million Speedo's raised. I think it was maybe 50 odd thousand that John May and his team made. We're just going to get them in. We want to talk to them, want the kids to interview them and tell us exactly what it's like. Also, we're having 1 or 2 managers in there. Now, you might have seen my post yesterday. If you don't remember a little incident, I won't go into the detail about the referees or the officials. Jurgen Klopp, when he got his 2-match ban for obviously being in the face of one of the officials, and also allegedly said something to Paul Tierney or vice versa, whichever it was. Anyway, I happened to notice it, and I was at the North Liverpool GFL and the day beforehand, and then you go in and you see it. And obviously it's not very good, because we talk about role models, we talk about Premier League players doing actions that they shouldn't really be doing. Yet they tend celebration actions and other actions, fouling, wasting time, pretending they've been hit in the head, and you know, you can see it, you can actually see it, and you know that if they roll round enough, you know, the referee is going to stop the game. And I think I think most, you can see the pundits, some of the pundits, the ex-professionals are starting to get a little bit browned off with it. You can see players going down, and these are really strong players. So it rubs off in a sense, and we always talk about the Premier League players, that they've got to be considerate, and when it comes to when they're playing the game, because kids will get onto it and kids will try and copy what their role models do. And first and foremost, we all know that the parents should be the role models for the kids themselves. So again, it goes about poor touchline behaviour. If your child sees you doing it, will they copy it on the field of play towards the referee? Well, it's something that we all should think about and before we go out and watch a game. But it doesn't stop managers. You know, they're going to be involved in things like this as well, and people do respect the coach as well, don't they? It's not just the footballers. So I wrote on that day, a long, you could say letter or email now, that's all it is now, but boy, it was a long one. And it was just not slating, when we go out on the field of play and we see parents, coaches having a right go at the referee, we approach them in a calm and collected manner, really. We just asked him, you know, understands young referees at school, could be experienced referee, but there's no need for the way that some of these coaches, parents go at the referees, and you see the verbal abuse coming out. That is totally different, because obviously there's consequences on that one. And if you hear church bells in the background, I'm sorry, it is Sunday, so what more could you ask for? It's one of those things where we can't drown out too much. Just like a jet plane, they're very loud, and we're right on the doorstep of one of the biggest churches in Liverpool, I should imagine, or popular churches, that's Walton Church. Anyway, it goes without saying that the actions of Premier League players, the actions of managers will get noticed, and the publicity, the media will get slated. Well, it happened to be towards our respect, yes, tournament, didn't it? You know, that came out, and that's what probably got me to write in, because you don't want to see incidents like this, especially with Liverpool. They followed us since 2003, same as Everton. They really have been on our side, because we're based in Merseyside with Don't Cross the Line of Respect programme, and we've got followers from all over the country, I assure you. But you've got to start somewhere. It could have been in London. This campaign starts there. I think Kick It Out, they might be based in London, they've got headquarters there and what have you. So it's not the area you're from. It really isn't. It's overall, the bigger picture is things happen all over the country, and we want to invite teams, we want everyone to support us. We have the support of the FAI in Dublin. You know, there's the Irish on board with us as well, so no matter where you're based, they all like the idea of the concept of what we're trying to do within grassroots football. We're trying to bring, and we have done, people together, managers, coaches, parents, mums, dads, aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, nans, granddads, you name it, everyone together, regardless of race. We want everyone to enjoy. Kids should be allowed to go out and enjoy their football, not bombarded by scouts, not bombarded by mums and dads wanting to win at all costs. Coaches want to try and look at that as well. We don't want the win at all costs. Your job is to develop the kids with attitudes, kids, you know, we all try and work together. This is what the coaching mad is all about. Kids having fun. That's what it's, even on the football pitch, if they're winning, they're winning. If they're losing, if they're drawing, whichever it is, we need to be together as one to try and change attitudes of our children, and it only makes society better. And you know, we all talk about these gun, knife crimes, things like that, and gangs. We want the kids out of that. Yeah, if you're watching as a child, we want you out of it. We want you to do more sport and activities, but we don't want coaches coming in and really having a right go, or mums and dads, at the kids in teams. It's not going to benefit the child, it really isn't, and sometimes it might chase the child away from football, and especially referees as well. We don't want them hurt by verbal abuse or aggressive behaviour, racist comments or bullying. And you heard young Dan on Friday evening and Jaden with our poem. They love it and they want you to believe in it. They love the song, Football Emotions. You have to look at that on YouTube. It gives a great message about our young referees, and I know Finn is growing up a little bit now, but he still looks that age anyway. So you can understand what we're trying to do. We're trying to bring the good and take the evil away from grassroots football. That's all we're trying to do, and we want everyone to participate in the actions that we do, and that goes with Premier League players, Premier League teams, and also Premier League managers and coaches. So I wrote in, and I had a reply a little bit later telling me, you know, coming towards the end of the season, they are really chock-a-block, and teams want to go away, as you know, after tomorrow, after today, the last games, they're all probably flying out, they're all going out on their own holidays, jolly holidays, having a break. Whether you think it's well deserved or not, whether they perform well, then it's another matter. But they were a little bit busy at the time. Now I got a reply back telling me I had some really valid points in my email, which is great. Maybe some that weren't so valid, but they want me to contact them just before the start of next season, which isn't long anyway. And it was a meeting that I wanted with Jurgen Klopp because of the situation, because not to go in slating, just to get the point of view across of what role models are all about. And this is what I want to try and do. There's no difference with the footballers doing. The managers have got to understand that it's the referees. If you do something untoward towards a referee, then that can be carried down by kids, parents, aunties, sisters, brothers and uncles onto the grassroots football field. And I put them down, I put them in words and how it could affect a referee, especially a young referee who's just starting at 14 years of age. Now, what message does it give when someone who's high profile goes towards a liner like that, that could really set things off in grassroots football. Yeah, you could say it's all gone now, it's all done and dusted, but it isn't, because till the next time. But if we can prevent the next time and have a little chat with Jurgen and let him know what we do, even though he's supporters, it's not all the time that they can look at community things that goes on, because there's a million and one things, isn't there? So they've responded and they said get in touch towards the end of the season, and I can only see that as a very positive move. Maybe, fingers crossed. And I also asked them, could I take one or two young referees in with me to put their point of view across and how they would feel if someone done that to them. You're with me, and I think it'll be a major plus, and hopefully a turning point, not just towards Jurgen but other managers as well. They've got to be responsible for their actions on the field of play and what it does and where it goes down to grassroots football as well. What a message that would be if we got in there and we can put our point of view across. And I know Jurgen, the nice man that he can be, like all managers, you know, everyone's only human, we all know that. We say that about the referees, we say it about all the coaches, and I know the opposition love to hate. That's what it is, you know, but Premier League is totally different from grassroots football, or is it? Are we bringing grassroots football into that level of Premier League now, without the money, without the transfers? We need to stop this. And I had a really good conversation yesterday with our local county FA regarding these situations, because we need to stop all this. We need to see more support. We need to see people getting together, coaches not segregating each other, who's better than who. I don't think it should be like that. If the teams are winning games, you've got to respect that. We're all in the same thing to try and bring the kids up, but we shouldn't segregate postcodes, I've always said, and kids who wear different colours, kids who are cut different colours in skin and what have you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We all need to be as one. We all need to do what we do best, and that is work together as a team. And that's what grassroots football is all about, bringing people together. And that's what I'm trying to do, even with the Premier League, if we can. We're successful with the PGMOL. We're a non-for-profit organisation. We're a community interest company, which is the next best thing to a charity that brings everything back into grassroots football. That's what we're trying to do. What we do, look at this podcast studio. We want to try and get our point of view across to you out there, the grassroots family, how important it is for our children to develop not just the skills but their attitudes as well. And new coaches out there, mums and dads, everyone has a duty of care and everyone has a role to play in grassroots football. If the kids are playing, then your role is to play along with them, but make sure that you support them, encourage them, get behind them, not just the kids, the referees, the committees. We're all together as one. Why do we all have to cause mayhem? I really don't understand this in grassroots football, and I want our kids to grow up having the best attitudes that they possibly can. Yes, they'll start arguing back with yourself, they'll start walking away with a cob on, they'll start crying, and there's no harm in kids losing a game and crying, getting over it, getting used to losing. No good kids winning every single game. They have to get used to it. You know, you could say, look at Man City winning every single game, but they'll be disappointed when they lose, and they will. Next season will be a total different kettle of fish, we know that, in the Premier League. Look at Arsenal done nothing last season, 26 points or something behind Liverpool, and then look what Liverpool have done. What happens with these teams, I really don't know. So it's going to happen to Manchester City somewhere along the line, and people will say, no, they're going to clean up, this year they're going to win everything. They may well do so, but at the end of the year, they've got to defend all them, and that's where pressure turns, and that we've got to go through all that again, do you, mate? And the mind, it changes things, doesn't it? And maybe that's what happened to the Liverpool Football Club. Haven't had a good year this year, and I can't say that they've had a really positive and superb run. And everyone loves to hate, as we say. Everyone supports their own team, even your local teams. You know, we all get together in friendly atmosphere. But when it comes to football day, you wouldn't think that Liverpool and Everton were in the same city. You wouldn't. Okay, there's a lot of people out there who don't mind and want to bring the two clubs and support the two clubs. We do know that will always happen. But that's football, I suppose. We don't want that message to go down to grassroots football. Let's all try and bring friendship in. Let's all try and keep our referees within the game. This is our campaign, don't cross the line. This is why we brought a tournament in for our 20th anniversary this year, the RefSpec tournament. And our message will be loud and clear about keeping our referees within the game. It will, and we want to try and pass the message on to all coaches, managers. And this is why they're joining, because they believe in what we do, not just to take part in a tournament for the kids, gives them something to do. It really will get the message strong, and this is why we're inviting, hopefully, Liverpool, Everton, teams along to come and have their say as well, or come to do a bit of coaching, whatever they can do to bring the community together as one. We're all trying it, we're all trying to do different things, we're all trying to get our organisations, everyone segregated, everyone wants to be separate, everyone wants to be the best. But do you know what? We love everyone in grassroots football who are trying to do something for the kids and also respecting the referees. That is all we're asking. Keep the referees within the game. They're all part of the grassroots football family. You wouldn't believe so with some games, but we can change attitudes, and that's what we've been doing since 2003, and there's no difference today. No difference tomorrow. We'll carry on doing the same thing, and we'll be involved in the summer leagues and the tournaments as well. Well, we've got 4 minutes left of the show, so we carry on. If you've got your tournament, if you had your tournament today, you had your summer league, please let us know how it went. Please let us know what you got up to. Please let us know what the atmosphere is like. Different to the winter league, or is it just starting? Is it going to be the same? We don't want attitudes. It goes for our club as well. We don't want it. We want parents to understand the message. If a foul goes in, leave it to the coaches, please. Don't overshout your coach neither. Don't overshout anyone who's in part of that team, who was part. And if you parents have all got your DBS checks, things like that, that's fantastic. Or first aiders, let your manager know how can you help, how can you get involved. We're just building a team together, put a message out for our under sevens. And as I said on last night's show, they won't be as strong of our under eights now as when they started under sevens. We were lucky, but then again, never say never. Kids are kids, and kids can develop very, very quickly, and sometimes we don't understand that, do we? Like, one parent looks at he's 6, he's got 2 left feet. Every child starts off with 2 left feet, and honestly, the way they develop, the way they perform, and as they get older, you're amazed at what they can do if they've got the right temperament, the right attitudes, the right training, the right coaching, and the right fun style within that club. You can't go wrong. To me, I think it's absolutely fantastic what every manager does out there, keeping the kids. Don't forget, the majority of managers and coaches out there are voluntary, and we have paid coaches, we all know that, out there, who do the same. They do their different formats, they do different philosophies, bringing the kids up. But are we going to see a change in kids playing for England or Premier League players? Is it going to get higher, the percentage of kids getting taken on? Does it make the coach better because they have a different philosophy? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's see in the next couple of years how these clubs develop the kids and bring them through into the Premier League. They have to play for their team in the Premier League. That's what it's all about. Do you know what? I've really enjoyed this weekend, and it's nice to see some football coming back in grassroots football. Summer leagues, tournaments. You've got to make sure wherever you go, you've got to listen to this programme, listen to the message loud and clear, and just let the kids play football and let the referee. That's what they're there for, to make the game better, to teach the kids the laws of the game. We all know by the Premier League as well, by grassroots football, sometimes laws of the game, we're all a bit baffled ourselves. We never get it right. Premier League referees, they'll make mistakes. VAR, they'll make mistakes. We're all making mistakes. We're all only human. Technology, that can make mistakes, can it? Well, let's see what happens. Imagine these robots coming around refereeing one day. Then you might get 11 robots for 11 robots, and we're all supporting robots rather than these professional footballers. Well, that's what's happening when you look at adverts, isn't it? Robot seems to be doing everything on technology. Imagine that, robot 1 versus robot 2. Penalty shootout. What will happen? Or will we have fans as robots? There's a good idea, there's one for you. Anyway, while we've got grassroots football in reality, let's support it the way it should be supported. Let's all change our attitudes. Let's all remember it's all about respect. It's all about people getting involved in grassroots football. It really is. And if you can hear my phone in the background, this is what happens. Tournament managers, everyone getting in touch with me. They don't want to lose the place. If you want to get involved in our tournament at the end of August, get in touch with myself, mal@don'ttexttheline.com. 7s and 8s are full, 9s are very close, 10s are very close, 11s and 12s, they'll all be full. Please get in touch with me and boot your team in. The Respect Tournament, medium to high, the level, next year's age group, £60 per team, £70 11 and 12s. It's going to be a cracker. We're going to look forward to it. But most of all, we look forward to seeing you teams there, and we want to put on an extra special tournament if we can. Thanks for tuning into the show this weekend. It's been fantastic. We'll be back again on Friday evening. Not too sure how many young commentators we may have, because it's the half term. Everyone's enjoying it, but we're all enjoying this weather. So remember, loads of water, loads of refreshments, loads of sun cream with the kids. Don't let them burn, don't let them get thirsty. Bring that along with you and let the kids enjoy the football the way it should be enjoyed. And we'll see you on Friday night. Good night, God bless.